Students from Glasgow Caledonian University embarked on a cultural exchange trip to study the differences in education and sport between Scotland and the North Rhine-Westphalia of Germany. During the 10-day trip, students from the Lore-Lorentz-Schule and GCU were given a chance to quiz each other on the differences in education and also discuss what opportunities the country offered to exchange students.
What can we study in Scotland if we visit there?
Well, sports, we've talked about kind of sports courses that you might enjoy as you enjoy sports. So event management, we look at how you organise professional events, so you've got football matches, basketball games kind of behind the scenes rather than obviously coaching or teaching sports. Sports and active lifestyle, they work more on I think teaching side and coming out and being managers of clubs, etc., things like that. You could maybe do physiotherapy, which is taking care of people that have been injured in sports, or human nutrition and dietetics. You've become a dietitian, so helping people that play sports with what they eat and coming up with plans and things.
What do we need for a qualification? Can we, after school, study in Scotland?
As far as I know, I think in Europe the level of qualification you will receive here and what we get is pretty much equal. Mm-hmm. So we have to have at least 3 or 4 what we call higher, but your A-levels, is that right? So 3 or 4 of those, usually A's and B's are, best marks to get into university. Sometimes, for maybe doctoring or nursing, you may have to have a few more. But yeah, if you get 4 or 5, you should be
So
sorted.
We have something like Abitur, and maybe if this is, but we could ask and send a letter, so we have German Abitur, and they will give us an answer, yes, you are qualified or not.
Yeah.
But there's a board for that.
Yeah, we have a lot of exchange students. I mean, you yourself, you're an exchange student as well. So.
What does it cost then?
Are there costs for?
Margaret's probably.
For example, for the 1-year full-time postgrad course, you have to have bachelor degree first to do the postgrad course. I'm doing the MSc International Events Management, and it costs around 6,400. So it's pretty expensive.
Pounds?
Yes, pounds, yeah. You can apply for some fundings though, scholarships. There are different scholarships you can apply for European students, not only for UK students. So myself, I got a SAS sponsorship, which paid for half of the fees, which was pretty good.
We teach a group one day a week. We have a group, so we try to teach them in the activity like swimming or football or basketball, athletic sports also, and yeah, we teach them.
Once a week?
Yes, once
okay.
a week.
And are you, maybe you can tell a little bit about whether you are visited, who helps you, where have you got the knowledge from, Kim?
We have a subject, it's called Didactic Methodic, and there we get some skills to teach the children, and my group is a children group, and one
children's group, yes. Gymnastics,
yes. And one time, 2 times in a year, a teacher from us visit us and controlled our work there.
Helps, not only controls, but helps. Okay, they're having a book, a schedule where they write all the lessons, and if they have problems, that's the main problem. So it is not easy. Okay, they can ask questions. So what do I do with the one who is always crying or who is always making fun and so on?
I want to go to the police after school.
Yes.
And I want to go to the university and study sports.
PE.
PE.
Physical education.
Yeah.
So both. Do you think for the police? Why do you think that especially this class prepares you?
For police, you need a Sportabzeichen.
Well, a certain sport capacities.
You need sport skills, and so it is good to be here before I want to go to the police, I think. So it is better this way.
And maybe you are used to contacting people with your group.
Yeah.
You have contacts, you can stand in front of the group, you have good communication skills, maybe.
After the discussion, some GCU students took part in an English lesson where the topic of education was being discussed. After this, Glasgow Caledonian lecturer Robert Kielty and Lore-Lorentz-Schule teacher Michael Peters reflected on the importance of the trip.
The way in which education is perceived has changed radically, as we must not forget that the harsh and unfeeling way of bringing up a child in the past was primarily based on ruthless groundings and stern rules.
On the one hand, there are those in favour of a strict teachers, narrow-minded people that consider that only a rough hand is able to properly educate a child. Firstly, according to their opinion, children should fear their teachers, this being the only way in which they would study. In addition to that, it is thought that a pupil will never learn because he enjoys doing so and takes interest in what he's doing, but because this is what he is supposed to do if he doesn't want a low grade.
Thank you very much. I'd like to ask a question to the leader, Mr. Kielty. So, your plan to see different universities and schools, have you found some of your answers that you were interested in?
Yeah, well, we did a search on Google on the internet to find specialist sports schools in Dusseldorf in the Köln area, and we came to Lore-Lorentz-Schule, and that was the original reason why we contacted Michael Peters. And then we wanted to compare the university students, their experience of education with the specialist school at Lore-Lorentz-Schule, and to make a comparison. We also wanted to find out about event management, as Claire has said there. So we have been doing lots of different things: event management, sports management, and also looking at the educational comparisons of the different educational sectors.
So it was a quite helpful trip.
Very much, yeah. I mean, I think that it's been very helpful for the students to find out how specialist you have to become a teacher.
Okay.
I think that's one of the most important things. And the specialist teaching that you get from this school, and then you can go on to apply to university. In Scotland, we would study 2 years less to become a teacher than Germany. I think that's one of the things that we're learning.
So fine.
Yeah, it's excellent. Very good for the German system. Yeah, very impressive.
I think they will gain, first of all, some language skills. So they will listen to different. Well, I wouldn't say dialects, but accents, okay? We in Germany have different accents, so the same it is in the English-speaking world. If you speak to an Australian or to people from Ireland or Welsh, you all know this. And we normally teach Oxford English, and then, you know, to be confronted with people from anywhere in the UK, so they must listen, they will find out my English is quite helpful, but I only understand half of the sentences and so on. So this may motivate them to have more context. And a second step, I think it is just social context. So I think for the students, it is similar to me. So me as a teacher went to Scotland to meet Robert, a teacher, and to see, you know, a different culture, but you have similarities. You start talking about football, you have some players which you like, or some clubs which you like, and then you see the differences. And so I think the classes here, meeting you and playing sports with you, could easily find out about similarities and differences.
I think going to Bochum was a real eye-opener for the students in terms of the globalisation aspect of it. They see how a European university, a university in the European Union delivers. They also find out what the campus is like, the structure of the university courses, and with Andi being there as a chaperone, he could answer any questions that the student had, so we had that kind of insider information. So the work we did at Bochum was absolutely essential. The specialist school that we went to in Lore-Lorentz in Dusseldorf was that after the students leave school, they then go and specialise in different areas. If they're going to take a vocational route, fine, but if they're going to take a university route, they go to a specialist school to go into university. And I think, as we all found out, the students in the classroom are exactly the same age as some of our third years, which means that they're going to university later. Their training is probably a lot longer. So I think, in terms of ultimately the globalised outlook on how education is delivered in Europe, that was the main thing, to let our students see that. The follow-up to it, as we've been discussing earlier on, hopefully with the German groups will come over here, and we could also go back out. I mean, I'm already working on potentially them going back out, us going back out maybe to take part in a language exchange in a ski resort, possibly.
The final leg of the students' trip was to Bochum University, where they were given a tour by student Andi Peters. Andi provided background knowledge of the university and advised GCU students of the programmes they could study there. He also highlighted the success of the university's sports programmes and clubs.
Ruhr-Universität Bochum was founded in 1962 and they started teaching in 1965. We have about 36,000 students at Ruhr-Universität Bochum and 50,000 students in Bochum overall. We have a sports faculty which is new built in the health campus. This used to be an institute of the Faculty of Education, but now it's an own faculty of sports science. We have two courses there. We have the Bachelor of Arts and the Bachelor of Science. The Bachelor of Arts is in order to become a teacher, you have to do the master afterwards. You can't get a teacher without the master. You have to do two subjects. Mine's, for example, sports and biology, but you can do German, English, history, geography, Spanish, Italian, and other subjects as well. You have to do two at least, but you can do more. You can do up to 4, I think. This is student card. Every student had this student card, where all your grades and admissions and courses and everything from your studies is saved on this chip. It has another chip like ATM card where you can pay for printing. You can pay for the cafeteria, and as soon as planned, you can pay for everything at this university with the card. And on the back side, it has the ticket for traveling in the regional traveling circus of North Rhine-Westphalia. You can travel everywhere in North Rhine-Westphalia with every bus, subway, tram, or even trains. At the sports faculty, we have the largest and the most difficult screening and admission test in Germany, together with Köln Sporthochschule and Leipzig University. So we have a failure rate of over 50%, and after that you have to get after that you're not ready and you're not finished. You have to get a place at university through your grade from Abitur. So we have 2 admission levels, first the test and then the grades. We have a very successful sports teams at the university. Bochum football team always wins, I think 7 years in a row. This year is the 8th year we won the German University National Championships. In hockey it's a little bit less, and in judo we won the 3rd place, I think, and in free skiing we won the second place, I think. And we have a Olympia qualification and training facility located, what's called, included into the sports faculty. So they check up all the national teams, like for hockey, for tisch tennis, table tennis, and for all those other national sport teams, or for many other national sport teams. They check the health of the athletes. So they have to get through a health check, medical check every now and then, and they do that here for this region. And they have another, the football places in Cologne and the hockey, judo place in Cologne. But we have here the volleyball team always, the hockey team always, the table tennis team always, and the other teams change.